I like them all. I just adore AJ. I totally.
Yeah, AJ is so wonderful. I think a lot of fans also like Granger Danger.
That's probably a really requested.
Yeah, because that's such a good song, and it's fun to see Ron and Draco singing, and they have this great number. That was like the
original. Actually, the show. This is really important. We should have mentioned this. The show probably it was created from this song. The entire show.
Yeah, the whole idea kind of started when Matt was reading the fourth book, and he was like, Draco, I think, Matt was like, Draco has a crush on Hermione. And we were like,
He's got it.
He was like,
totally.
Draco's so mean to her, he's got to have a crush on her. And so then we like kind of made up the phrase, I feel like I'm in danger of falling in love with Hermione Granger. And then like the initial idea was that at the Yule Ball, all of these people start singing about falling in love, and Ron and Draco are the two main ones, and they sing about how they're like they all realize that they're in danger of falling in love with Hermione Granger. And so that was like the first thing, and we were like, it should be a musical. And then the original idea, because all of the books hadn't come out at this point, was just to make a musical of the fourth book and call it Harry Potter and the Goblet of Music.
And this was years ago.
Oh, wow.
This was so many years ago. And so then it kind of like existed for like a long time. And we kept on talking to the Basement Arts Board where we did the show and like saying, next year we're going to do the Harry Potter show. And it was like kind of like a joke always. And then the seventh book came out. So we found out how it ended. And then eventually, after we did the Lord of the Rings show, Matt was like, I love Harry Potter. I want to direct the Harry Potter show. And we were like, are you sure? Like, can we really make a musical? And Matt was like, we can do it. If we get like AJ Holmes and Darren Criss to write the songs, like we can do it. And so then we kind of decided to adapt it from being just the fourth book to being all 7 books rolled into one. That's why like so much of the story it's a lot of the fourth book and then a lot of the 7th book as well.
Because it started off as the fourth book and then...
Yeah. And the fourth book is Matt Lang. It's his favorite one. So
mine too, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fourth book stuff in there. The Yule Ball is like Matt's absolute favorite
part.
Chapter of all time. So...
And and then everything else is just every little private joke that was created over
between
the years.
You guys.
Years and years of reading Harry Potter, I mean,
There are a bunch of funny things in there. And then like there were also just things that kind of developed like when the show got cast as well, like saying, "Oh, we know that Darren's going to be Harry. So how can we kind of change Harry a little bit to fit what Darren's really good at?" So Harry kind of became like this cool dude fellow who's like always playing the guitar and stuff. And so we were like, all right, so we know that Harry will always have his guitar around. And like originally we were like, Harry's got a lightning shaped guitar instead of a lightning shaped scar.
Wow.
And we were like, no, he'll just have a scar, but he'll carry around his guitar. And so we knew that we could have Harry do things like sing a song to the dragon instead of fight it. So, yeah, the dragon song is actually, during the show, that was my favorite song, was the dragon song that he sings to the dragon.
That's hilarious.
Sorry, we can go on forever. It's very fun to talk about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Well, what else have you guys got coming up that's not Harry Potter? I know you guys did. You mentioned it previously. A little white. I think it's just Little White Lie, which you guys did, working off of a Disney scholarship you won. What is that project about?
That was for there was a contest called the SoapNet Soap You contest that we entered and won. Like it was like a nationwide filmmaking contest, and the winner got $20,000 to make a web series. So that's where we got the money to make Little White Lie. And so Little White Lie is about these bands that it's like this high school where bands are like really important, and this brother and sisters, Sammy and Duder, they like they're in a band that's just them, and they are terrible. Like, they don't know how to write music, so all of their songs suck, and the whole school hates them. So they decide to have auditions for new members, and then this kid shows up, who's Kevin, who's kind of like the loner of the school.
Played by Nick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's like, he's like a real big, like, shut-in, and no one ever talks to him or anything. So he shows up to try and play a song to audition for their band, but he gets nervous and he runs away, and he gets hit by a car in front of their house, and then he goes into a coma, and they end up going to his house in a series of events, and they find out that he's a wonderful musician, and he wrote all of these awesome songs. So they, like, it kind of escalates to where at first they kind of like take the songs just to like get inspiration, but then they end up playing his songs at like a function, and then they end up stealing his music and trying to become famous off of it.
While he's in a coma.
Yeah, and then like they meet.
Mind you, this was for a soap opera.
Yeah, and it was like
Right.
trying to be like for a soap opera. It's not particularly funny because we were like, this is like for SoapNet. Like they wanted, like they were, it was like making a show for them, but they didn't do much with it. But they like the two main characters end up getting all these other main characters. Darren is in the show. It's this cool dude named Toby who's in
Plays
another
guitar.
band. Who plays guitar. It's the cool dude that plays guitar.
I've been pinned as just the
The
guitar.
guitar dude.
He's very good at it.
A lot of
And then like Lauren Lopez, who plays Draco Malfoy, she's in the show. And Lauren, like, she's so good at playing like these ridiculous cartoony characters. So she kind of plays like this totally hot, popular girl that picks on the main girl all the time. So she's pretty wonderful in the show.
Right.
We're getting at it. If you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out, but it might be a little different than a Harry Potter musical.
Where
Yeah.
can they check it out at?
It's all on our website, teamstarkid.com, and there'll be links to our YouTube
Yeah.
channel and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's on the YouTube channel.
Awesome. Well, what else? What other projects have you guys got coming up? I know you guys mentioned a play coming up in October.
Well, we have a couple different properties that, I mean, as always, Nick's being very humble. I mean, at any given time, I'd like to think that Nick and Brian and Eric and Matt collectively have 10 to 12 projects that they could pursue because they're these kind of really great ideas, whether it be a cartoon show, a musical, a play, a television series. There's always tons of things running through these guys' heads because they're creative geniuses. But the ones that we're kind of focusing in on right now is a show that we're going to go back to Michigan to put up. It's going to be another musical, a little one-act musical. I'm working on a musical myself that I know we're being very vague.
Yes.
Nick, you can try to elaborate.
Yeah.
But they're just, I don't know, different shows that are very much in their infancy right now.
Yeah, we're planning on doing a play at the end of October, so it probably wouldn't get put up on the YouTube channel until like November or something, but it's going to be through Basement Arts, which is where we did
Harry Potter musical.
a Harry Potter musical. And so it's a show.
It's a love story.
It's a love story about this guy and his best friend and the women that come between them and all this different stuff. It's an original story. It's not a parody of anything.
Oh, cool.
And so it's again got music by AJ Holmes and Darren Criss, and
we'll just say
we'll give like more details.
It's a coming of age story.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where can people get more details on it?
We're going to probably put more stuff up on our website about it at teamstarkid.com, and we'll release some videos on our YouTube channel that are like talking about it and giving details as to when it's going to be and what it's about. It's, we're kind of keeping it a bit hush-hush right now because we want it to be like a surprise and fun for people to see.
We also don't want to give people expectations.
Yeah, we don't want to give people too much. We want to see how it is before we release
Talk about it too much, yeah.
Yeah, this could theoretically not go on YouTube.
Yeah, because this one's probably for more mature audiences.
It's a large departure from Harry Potter.
It's kind of like it's about similar things to where it's like teenage angst and like romance and stuff like that.
But it is a comedy.
It's for sure a comedy. It's 100% a comedy in the same vein of Harry Potter, to where it's like this romantic adventure that they go on. But it's like definitely for mature audiences. It's like, so we kind of have to think about how we're going to release it as we're releasing it.
It's kind of a bold move as a company, because we were always planning to do this show again before Harry Potter musical had any kind of success or any kind of exposure to a wider audience. It's a show that we've always wanted to do, that we did do actually as a one-act play a number of months ago at Michigan, and we wanted to fully develop it into a fuller thing. So, yeah, I think it'll give us some solid footing and kind of set a precedent for who we are and what we're about. And no, I mean, obviously we're very proud of our work with Harry Potter, and we're very happy to be in the fandom. But it's very important to say that we're not a one-trick pony, and that's not our one thing that we do.
And we've got some other we've got that play that we're working on, and then we're tossing around some ideas for more stuff that for sure the Harry Potter fans will be into.
I'm currently working on a parody musical of a franchise that I really love. I won't say it so we don't get any messages of people saying anything about it. But there is another one coming. It's a sci-fi that I particularly enjoy.
It's a good one too.
Yeah, Nick likes it.
You say it's a sci-fi?
It's a sci-fi.
It's a sci-fi romantic adventure.
Yeah, that I love. And that the story on that one was sort of my baby child for a while, and then I dropped it when Harry Potter came up, and then Nick heard it and he really liked it. So
yeah,
that's
nice.
And then also, I don't know if these will happen, but we want to do short musicals, like little teeny ones.
Minis.
Like minis, I'll just say this one.
Frosted mini musicals.
Yeah, I'll just say that I really want to do a little teeny There Will Be Blood musical called There Will Be Music, and so we've got some songs for that one. It'll only be like 10 minutes or something, but maybe we'll do that.
We'll shoot it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the stuff as far as StarKid things are concerned.
Yeah, well, what about you, Darren? I know you've got another project you're doing.
I do. I've been very, 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 very times infinity fortunate and lucky to have been involved with, by another complete coincidence, in a television series on ABC called Eastwick, which I booked about... Nice. A week or two after the whole Harry Potter surge happened, maybe 3 weeks, and it was so overwhelming because Harry Potter was such an overwhelming force.
Experience just by itself, yeah.
Yeah, so that when I got the Eastwick, I mean, a lot of people are asking me, how did you get that? It had nothing to do with Harry Potter. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody on that show knew that I had any involvement with it. I mean, it's funny because it's about witches and magic, and I just come from Michigan, witches and magic, so it's kind of funny, but to clear up things, I wasn't picked up from that. I mean, I'm an actor; that's what I do, and I've auditioned for a number of things, like many other actors out here, and I've been doing this for a long time. So that was the first one that stuck, and fortunately enough, it was. So it's a great little role on a show on a primetime
it's
television network.
Darren lived out here for a month, and he got a TV show. But it's like, Darren's just a wonderful talent. He's a wonderful guy that people like to see. And look at that handsome face. People love him.
I'm holding Nick right now. I'm giving him a hug right now. You can't see it. Holding him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's what happened. I'd like to think people would like to have me involved in projects. Otherwise, I guess I wouldn't be working. So yeah, I said, very blessed.
I'm like, nobody wants to see me. I don't want to be an actor.
But Nick's a great actor.
No, but Darren's in the show. It's pretty cool.
It premiered this past Wednesday. The pilot was just up. It stars a number of TV people: Rebecca Romaine, Lindsay Price, Jamie Ray Newman, and Paul Gross, who's a very, very, very big actor in Canada, and they're all wonderful. And
awesome.
Yeah. So
when does it air? I mean, are you on?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and stuff. I'm pretty crazy about promoting it. There's even a video of it on StarKid where I was telling people to watch the premiere. It's Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock on ABC.
10/9 Central.
10/9 Central.
Awesome.
And yeah.
What time is that for the Los Angeles?
It's
it's 10.
10 o'clock.
10. Okay.